Welcome to The Snack, a lighter serving of Girls Gotta Eat.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
I am coming to you from Italy.
What a surprise.
Every time you and I are remote, I am in a dark room in Italy.
Where it's giving like museum core. You guys, you may or may not be watching on YouTube because it's a Zoom. Right? What is that? That's the ceiling?
That's the ceiling. And that's some like modern bathroom, which is crazy. I turned on the water and I didn't realize it was the entire top of the shower and it just soaked me. My bra is soaking wet. All my clothes.
What, like the roof of the shower was all rain?
It was all rain. You can't escape the rain. It was 100% rain.
Is there stuff behind your bed? Like, do you walk behind the bed to the bathroom?
Yeah, there's like a living room back there, but it takes an hour to get there because you got to circumvent the bathroom.
I don't like this. This is bad. What is it?
Feng shui. It's terrible.
Feng shui. Yeah, like when there's a bed that's not against a wall. I mean, in some worlds, that's because you're like, the room is so big, you're so rich. Like, I think about the villa in Cabo, and it was fine. It didn't feel weird, but I forget who I was talking to, and I was asking them about a hotel, and they were like, the bed's not against the wall, and it's so weird. And I was like, what do you mean? And I looked up a picture, and I was horrified. I was like, I'll never stay there. It was really weird.
Okay, but it does give rich to have a bed in the middle of the room.
I know, but I don't think it's for me. Like, I see what you mean. I think I'm out on a bed that's not, the headboard doesn't hit the wall.
Well, this headboard's hitting the toilet. The way I would feel so stressed out if I was here with a man, I would have to
yeah, you take a shit, it like reverberates in his pillow.
He's like, I can hear you literally through the wall. I want to take a shit 1 inch away from my man.
I can hear you through the wall. Okay, well, yes, we are coming to you guys from how many, for 10 hours away? What time is it there?
It's 8:30 right now, 8:30 p.m.
9 hours away. Mm-hmm. It's hot take. LA is far from Europe.
Really far.
We'll talk about it. But we'll tell you about our partners and then we'll get into it.
Okay, thanks to Article, get $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more at article.com/GGE. And Skims, get our favorite bras and underwear at skims.com. And BetterHelp, get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/GGE.
And thank you to Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order at liquidiv.com with code GGE. And Helix, get 27% off at helixsleep.com/GGE.
I can't believe I'm awake. You know, this is like really, my office hours are over. This is alcohol o'clock. And I have a little wine. I'm not going to start drinking it.
Oh, it's like the early days. We would drink a little.
Do you remember the time that when we were just babies, we recorded the intro and then went to a wine tasting?
I can't.
And then drank a bunch of tequila and then recorded an episode?
It came back in and thought we killed it. And I listened back. I was like, you can't understand Rayna for one. She's a slurry ass bitch.
We took an alcohol break.
Yeah.
We were just kids. Well, this is my treat at the end of this. You know, I'll get slurry, my teeth will turn purple. So, yesterday, as this comes out, your birthday is yesterday.
As we record, it's my birthday eve.
I'm not going to tell you.
Tell me what?
Well, I was going to be the first person to text you at midnight. It's going to be so easy for me. It's
my birthday in Italy. It is. In 3 hours.
Yeah, 3.5 hours to your birthday.
Yeah, so tomorrow as we record is my birthday, but as you guys listen, it is Mudang's birthday. So happy first birthday to Mudang.
Did you know that, or did your fiance?
I've been knowing that. I knew she was a Cancer queen. I know our birthdays were one day apart. She was born on July 10th, 2024. So happy birthday to her and happy birthday to me.
Do you keep up with her? Do you know what's up with her?
Not so much anymore, but I was very much like, I'm a lifelong supporter, everyone's like, if it's like a flash in the pan, 15 minutes of fame. I'm like, not for me. That slippery bitch I still get hippos in my Explore page on Instagram.
You're a day one.
So anyway, happy birthday to her.
Your fiance is very thoughtful. He likes to plan a lot of stuff for you, but he likes to run it by me, and I appreciate it.
Okay.
And it's my lifelong dream to just plan people's trips and everything that they do. And so you're going to have a great birthday.
Okay.
It's
Well,
our first birthday not together.
no one's here. So it's okay. I'm leaving like today as we speak to go for my shows in DC. I'm in DC this weekend. You guys can come see me. I'm so excited. These are like my birthday shows. There's only a few tickets left, but I am in DC this weekend. So I'm leaving the 10th. Like we just came back from Greece. No one is in town. Like none of my friends, like Brittany's in town. She's my only friend that's here. Her and I are going to get some massages today. And you're gone. And so it's really just my fiance and me on my actual birthday, which is fine because I do feel like I had a birthday dinner in Greece.
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. We just got back from Greece.
Yeah, together. So this is going to be our summer travel report. We're going to kick it off with our trip, and then we have other stuff as well.
Yeah, honestly, trip of a lifetime. We went to Mykonos and Santorini with 11 people. It just couldn't have been better. I can't recommend going there enough. I loved every second of it. The food was amazing, the weather, the company, all of it.
Yeah, it was big fupa twat summer. We hit it hard. America who on the 4th of July. And I mean, again, this was like a last minute trip pretty much for both of us. And it was our friend Megan who planned it. And it was a little bit belated birthday trip for her, but it was all her friends. So we didn't know the majority of the group. I mean, it was me and you and Jackie, and then we knew Megan, and then the rest of the people. So all 7 other people we didn't know. And I loved it. I just loved meeting all of them. I really had such a fun time with these new people. And so it was really great.
And we had a birthday dinner for you. I'm glad that you came, obviously, and Jackie, and I agreed to this trip with these people prior to you guys agreeing to this, which is very unlike me. I agreed to go on a trip with 7 strangers. I just heard Greece and I was like, sure, I'll go. Yeah. I didn't think what if people are not fun? What if they're not nice? What if they're lame or they don't want to do anything or they're mean to me? I never really thought that far into it. And then you and Jackie got involved and I was like, this is going to be so great. And it just really was.
Jackie and I shared a 2 twin bed room the whole trip in Mykonos and again in Santorini. Once we did it Mykonos, I was like, if they have a dorm room with 2 twin beds in Santorini, we're going to be in there. And we were. And then you were in an adjoining room. And we had a little condo. And then every night we would all get together, either the 3 of us or with Megan and just kind of have these sleepovers and chat until 1 or 2 in the morning. And it was so fun. And I just want to say, I feel like this summer I've had these really fulfilling girls moments. There was some in the Hamptons and then these in the Greece where it's just that's my favorite thing in the world is to be hanging out with my girlfriends in pajamas, talking our shit and getting to know each other better in some cases. And it's just it's been a lot this summer and I'm living for it.
I am too. And I say this all the time when we talk about not having kids and people are always like, what if you're lonely? And what if you have nobody to spend time with? That's just not how it's going to be. If you choose to be around people and take trips and stay up late, that's not how your life is going to be if you choose to not have kids.
100%. And it just reminds me, it's so important to take trips without your romantic partner too. You can never stop going on girls trips. I mean, not that this was a girls trip. There was guys on it. There was some male partners on it, but those moments were so special.
They were one of the girls.
So we had this driver and he ended up being with us more days than we had thought. We had a thing happen, whatever, it's not important. So he glowed up on the trip for you, I think. Rayna, the one day we were with him all day when we went from Mykonos to Santorini, he went on the ferry with us, he did it, whatever. He looked good, but he was the next day when he showed up to pick us up, his hair was slicked back. He had he looked like a different person.
I know he did. He was so hot. It was crazy. I did a double take. I was like, where do you get off looking like that? By the way, he owns the company with all the drivers. So the next morning,
okay.
The next morning, so I texted the company and I was like, can somebody take me to the ferry in the morning? It's just going to be me, when I was leaving. And I just was like, I'll just go looking whatever, not that cute, no perfume. And this driver came to pick me up and then he appeared out of nowhere also. And he was like, I'm just going to come with you. And I was like, what?
No, and I still got confused. He's the driver, but he rode with you in the back and then you had another driver.
It was one of his employees showed up with a van to drive me down to the ferry. And he was I guess he had brought a second car to drive somebody else somewhere. Maybe
was this employee training? Was this undercover boss? Why was he there with the other driver?
He said he has drivers in Santorini and Mykonos. So he he grabs my bags. He hops in the back seat with me. I was like, what is happening? And we drove to the ferry together. It took like 35 minutes and we pulled to the ferry terminal and I was like, I'm just gonna, okay, bye. And he was like, no, sit in the car with me in the air conditioning. And I was like, well, I want to get like breakfast and coffee. And he was like, I'll go buy you breakfast and coffee. So he got out of the car and went and bought it for me. He's so hot. It was crazy. And then he told me that he works in private security as like a bodyguard. And I was like, can I fuck this guy in this car right now?
I know. And I mean, some of you may know that I did fuck the driver when we went to Greece last time in 2022. And so all I wanted was for Rayna to follow in my footsteps. I mean, I was really pulling for it, but I was like, I don't know, it's 8 a.m. Like, is she going to do it? Like, this should have happened 2 nights ago.
I know. Well, I didn't realize how hot he was until the night before. And then we had to go. And I was like, well, there's another person in the car with us. Also, that was so crazy. Like, do you understand we had like a whole date in the car for like 90 minutes and another person was in the car?
I mean, I feel like that's what happened with the driver when I was in Greece. Like, he and I were flirting across you and Brian. It was like so awkward for everybody. Like, it happened. It'd be like that in Greece.
That guy just I forgot he was there. That guy just acted like nothing was happening. Meanwhile, I'm in the back seat just like flirting with his boss,
You're like, driver, put the partition, please.
Listen, if he had tried, I don't care. What do I care?
100%.
I would have done it. So anyways, we followed each other on Instagram and he's moving to Miami. So we'll see.
That was my story too. That driver that I hooked up with was headed to Tampa for a jiu-jitsu tournament shortly.
Why did they all move to Florida? He said all the right things. He made fun of all my choices in a really fun, roasting kind of way. And then he told me hikes are stupid. And I was like, thank you so much for saying that because
speaking my language.
I got taken on a 4-hour hike and I barely survived it. And I was with a bunch of strangers, so I couldn't complain as much as I wanted to complain. Okay, how much do you, okay, we took this hike. It's this hike that everybody does in Santorini. It's like from this one town to this other one town. And the walking part in front of the houses was fine. The middle part, which allegedly was 45 minutes, but I swear it was 2 hours, is just straight up these rocks and this dirt. You can't even look up. I was so terrified I was going to slip off the cliff. And I was like, I am complaining so hard in my head, but I don't know these people. So like, I can't make them hate me by being like the one person that's like, okay, let's stop. Let's just keep going. Let's not make this longer. How much do you think I complained?
I didn't really think you could. I knew you were miserable. Rayna was also in Air Force Ones, which is crazy to hike in, and a workout dress. No, you hiked in Air Force Ones before. It's wild. And so I didn't know the hike was going to be that long when we set out. I thought we were doing like an abbreviated version, but we did still do an abbreviated version. It was 3 hours. There was like a 30, 45-minute stretch that like wasn't as beautiful, but it still was like all along the water. I mean, it was stunning. It was like the most beautiful hike I've ever taken, but there was no shade. It was in direct sun. Like, I mean, I feel like that trip aged my skin 10 years. Like, it's just so much sun.
I'll never recover.
I don't know. So I love the hike, but yeah, I was like, Rayna is not okay, but you weren't complaining to everybody. Like, you barely even complained to me. You were just trucking along in your Air Force Ones and your little dress.
Well, I was like, I remember saying to Jackie at one point, whatever I'm saying out loud, just multiply it by 1,000 in my head. So sometimes I couldn't even remember if I like actually complained out loud or if I was just like talking to myself. So I'm glad I didn't like bother everybody because I hated it.
And we have another travel update. TSA is rolling back removing your shoes. So I mean, if you have TSA PreCheck, you haven't had to remove your shoes, but the standard has been removing your shoes since 2001, where someone almost snuck a bomb on a plane in their shoe. And I've always said these rules are crazy. The liquids, the shoes, because of one thing that almost happened one time. Like the government's like, no, forever you have to do this. Like, meanwhile, they're doing nothing to prevent, I don't know, kids getting shot at school. We got dark. But I'm just saying, like, these rules have been in place and it's like, I think we're good. I think we can keep our shoes on.
Since the shoe bomber. So his name was the shoe bomber.
I mean, I was thinking like that was 01. Like Gen Z has never known a world in which you don't take your shoes off and in which you can bring a full-size shampoo bottle on a plane. They have no idea what it used to be like.
They don't know what it's called.
This is going to be huge though. This is going to speed things along. But we wanted the liquids first. Can we start with the liquids? I thought I read something that they were rolling that back too. Did I make this up?
I don't know about that. I can't speak to this.
I long to bring a full water bottle through TSA.
Oh, what that would feel like.
So I understand like 2001, I mean, was 9/11. So I get it that these things happen and they were like, stop everything. We can't take any chances. But you'd think 24 years, it's taken 24 years to keep our shoes on.
I never know when I'm going to have to take them on and off. There's no streamlining across the world of this. Sometimes I take them off, sometimes I don't.
Remember when we were in, I think we were in Gatwick, and this was like the worst travel day of our lives. We went to all 3 airports in London. We almost missed our flight to Mykonos, and when we went to Greece before in 2022, and like, while we were so fucked up, we'd been up since 4 a.m, and we were at our third airport of the day, and we were going through security, and I took my shoes off, and you go, you don't have to take your shoes off. And it was this moment, I was like so embarrassed, like to have your shoes. I was the only person. I didn't look around. I'm the only person in socks, and you were like, hey, you don't have to do that. And I was like, please, God, just get me to Greece.
It was the worst day of our lives. And also what you have to do here in Europe, since I have boots on the ground, you take your liquids out of your bag and put them in another bag. So you have to unpack your liquids
that's
here.
still that's not still happening. I didn't have to do that in Europe.
I did.
I brought tons of liquids all over Europe with me.
When I went from London to Mykonos, I had to take all my liquids out, put it in a clear bag.
That's I haven't done that in years.
Did it a couple days ago. It was humiliating. I did
not know that was still a thing.
It's still a thing. But then I went to Paros, which is like a little island. They're just living free. They don't care what you do. You keep your shoes on. You keep your shit in your bag. They don't care what you do.
Okay, I really never know what's going on. I'm always like, do I have to go through immigration, customs, whatever? So when I landed at LAX, coming back from Santorini to Paris, stopped there and flew back in. There was a huge line. I don't have global entry, whatever. It's a long story. I couldn't get it during COVID. I have TSA pre-check, but not global entry. So, and they weren't doing the mobile passport. I always do that mobile passport thing. It's so quick. They weren't doing that. So there's a huge line, but it was like moving very quickly. And I was in it for 20 minutes, whatever. But I was like, I haven't gotten the customs form to declare stuff. And I'm like, what is happening? None of that. They didn't do any of that. So when I got to the front, they were like, go to this kiosk. They said no passports. They took a picture of me and they sent me on my way. Like, I have tried to Google this and I don't understand. I had the whole declaring customs. I didn't have to do it.
I don't have to do that. I've never declared anything.
You get the form or you do it on your mobile passport. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Every time you fly back into the US from traveling, you have to declare or not declare and do a customs form.
Don't you just say, like, I have nothing to declare and you just walk on by? You declare stuff?
No, I'm not declaring. You have to do the form.
I don't think I've done I don't know about this.
I mean, maybe global entry is different, but like, you have to do customs. There was no customs about it. It was take a picture and get out of here.
I believe you. I can't remember. I'll let you know in a couple of days when I come home.
Let me know. So then I'm like Googling, like, why didn't I have to declare? What happened to customs? And then the answers were very much like, you're breaking the law. And I was like, all right, I'm stopping Googling this because they're listening and watching and reading our phones. So now, I just thought it was interesting. I never know what's going on.
I never know. I really never know what I'm going to have to do, and I can't speak to it. I have no clue.
Okay, let's take a quick break, and then we will get back into it.
All right, you guys know that I am obsessed with home decor and my house and everything in it. And it is summertime. It is the perfect time to redesign your outside, the whole outside area, maybe your rooftop, the little outdoor deck. Article makes it effortless to curate a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price. You guys, when you go on their website, it is so beautiful. They have tons of different styles. They have mid-century modern, they have coastal, they have Scandi-inspired pieces. You'll see how everybody has like styled it together to make it like really cohesive and stylish. The quality is fantastic of what Article does. Everything I've ever bought from them is high quality. The pieces are meaningful. They'll stand the test of time. And when you go on the website, you can see how people have just kind of styled everything. So if you're like, this is really not my forte, I don't know how to like mix and match things, maybe you want to like upgrade your bedroom or your living room, they'll show you how to do that. Their Instagram is great as well. But but I'm always really, really impressed with the quality of everything. So right now, okay, so let's see what they have on their outdoor stuff. I'm loving this Lubeck, Lubek, outdoor low corner sectional. I just love sitting outside on a summer night. Like, what is like a better experience than just like being on a sectional with your friends, having some wine outdoors? The shipping is fast and affordable. The support is fantastic. Ashley and I love a company with great support.
Oh my gosh,
and
yeah.
One bad support experience and I'm out. And they have 30-day satisfaction guarantee. I mean, I loved my delivery experience. I got to like wash them, come to me. It was quick. It was really easy. An article is offering our listeners $50 off your purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/GGE and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/GGE for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
Okay, and this show is sponsored by Liquid IV. We were just talking about this hike we took in the hot sun, and it was so strenuous and draining, even though we loved it. So I needed some Liquid IV after that. I came right back to the room. I dumped my lemon lime Liquid IV into a water bottle, and I chugged it. So it's so perfect for summer. No matter how hot the summer gets, Liquid IV can help keep you hydrated for all of your adventures. So if you guys don't know, Liquid IV, it is just this little stick. You're going to dump it in your water in 16 ounces of water, and it's going to hydrate you better than water alone, powered by LIV Hydroscience, an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. So you just like rip it open, like I said, put it in your water and drink it. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, 8 essential vitamins and nutrients. It's non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. So I love the lemon lime. Some other flavors I love. I've loved the guava. There's a new Arctic raspberry flavor, which is really yummy.
And I also put them in my gift bags for my birthday weekend. So like, it's just the best thing for summer. If you're going to be like out, running around, partying, it's the best.
Yes, these are going to be in the gift bags for my wedding. I did them for my birthday when we did my birthday before in Cabo. I mean, it's just like such a nice thing, and you're going to need them. So there are sugar-free flavors as well. And like we said, you can experience their newest flavor, Hydration Multiplier Arctic Raspberry. So squeeze the most out of your summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, and live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code GGE at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code GGE at liquidiv.com.
And Skims, you guys know that these are the only bras and underwear that I wear. It's the only ones that I need. My boobs have changed sizes a couple times over the years. And I really replaced every single thing in my bra drawer with just Skims. The Fits Everybody t-shirt bra is my favorite thing. It comes in so many different shades. I like to get like a white, a tan, and a black, and I don't need anything besides that. I like the underwire. I sleep in it. I think it's super comfy. They do strapless bras. They do push-ups. They always look really sexy, but truly it's all that I need. We were on vacation in Greece with our friend Jackie, and I asked her what kind of bras she uses, and she was like, I have like 3 Skims at home. I don't need anything else. Like that is truly how I feel about their bras. I just don't need anything else. They're, like I said, comfy. They have more styles and colors than you will ever see in your life. They have lace, they have unlined, they have scoop bras, all the things. And if you want something for every day or something sexy, they can satisfy both. And obviously the underwear comes in matching sets as well. So you can shop our favorite bras and underwear at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows.
Okay, so Wimbledon, lots of people are at Wimbledon. We had a couple of people from our group, Jackie and Megan, head there after Greece. And of course, the celebs are out, and we don't have too much to say, but one headline really caught our eye. And it is that Brooks Nader applauded for normalizing period mishaps after Wimbledon wardrobe snafu. So Brooks Nader, she's a model. She is Tom Brady's ex. She is fresh off the Bezos wedding, which I don't love that she went to that. But I love this. I could not be more obsessed.
So she was wearing like a white pencil skirt kind of thing, and she got her period in it at Wimbledon. I mean, I've never seen anybody do this before. I think it's everybody's worst nightmare. And it happens to everyone. I saw you and I saw somebody on the ferry in Greece.
Yes, that had gotten her period,
that had gotten her period. And it's just like, I actually am surprised I don't see this more often. Has this ever happened to you, that you got your period in public?
I was like trying to think. I mean, I haven't gotten a period since 2023, so I can't relate to it now because of my IUD. I mean, I'm trying to think of when I was a kid. I've just never had a really heavy flow. So I've usually been able to manage it. And I can't like remember. I was going to ask you the same thing, but it's just, the whole thing is Wimbledon, you wear white. And so I just think women, anytime if we think we're going to be menstruating and you wear white jeans, white skirt, you're like, it could happen to me. What about you?
I'm just surprised it's never happened to me. I'm the same. I guess I'm just like, I have a very light flow. I shove a super up there. We're good to go. I'll wear white. I ain't scared. But if I got it on me like that, I feel like I would be mortified. And now Brooks has me questioning why.
Exactly. I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like this, we are women. This is what our bodies do. I love when people normalize this. I've seen people normalize it in like race setting. Like I remember seeing someone who ran a marathon and got their period and they were like, here's what happened. I just like had to bleed out for the last 10 miles. But her TikTok is hilarious. Like we'll put it on the screen if you guys are watching on YouTube, and you guys can go watch it, of course. But it's the sound that she uses, and it says tries to be chic, starts period at Wimbledon. And she like stands up and she's like, the way it leads up to showing what happened. I mean, this is my favorite period TikTok. Not that I'm on period TikTok a lot, but I loved this so much to see this gorgeous model, like I don't know, be so relatable.
I know. If I ever get my period on myself, God help me to be this open and relatable about it.
I love this trend.
What am I going to leave?
Show your period in your white clothes. This is like the Wimbledon trend. What if we see more?
It's the crimson wave of Wimbledon.
I was surfing the crimson wave. When Cher Horowitz said I was surfing the crimson wave in Clueless in 1995, I was 12 years old. I was like, what does that mean? Like, I didn't know.
That's true. Also, I mean, those lines last forever. Do you know how often I say I love Josh?
All the time. Well, so much of the lines, we didn't understand what they meant at the time. Like one of the ones I did not have any clue was when what Josh is like, do you want to go practice parking? And she said, what's the point? Everywhere we go has valet. I was like, what is valet? Like I was 12 years old in Dover, Delaware. We went to TGI Fridays. Like I was like, there's no valet in Dover.
So I feel like I just said it because it sounded funny, but like in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we were valeting at the mall.
Well, yeah, I've never valeted. I wonder the first time I valeted a car. I don't even know when it would have been. Like it certainly was never with my family growing up.
Mine was at the Short Hills Mall in New Jersey.
Love that mall.
There's a mall that will valet your car, but other than that, I mean, I didn't have a car from the age of like 21 until I was like. What did I buy my first car? 37?
Yeah, and like the hotels my family and I were staying in when I was growing up were just, I mean, motels to be more clear. Like there was no like
there was a parking lot.
You walked right in. Okay, so we loved that, and that's what's happening at Wimbledon, the Crimson Wave. And next, we wanted to move on to some TV and movie stuff. Devil Wears Prada reboot. Rayna,
foaming at the mouth.
Sequel, not reboot. A reboot would piss me off.
Oh, okay. So I wrote reboot, but I guess what I meant was sequel.
So which feels crazy. 20 years later?
So the whole cast is returning.
This is crazy.
I'm sorry. So it comes out May 2026. I'm very excited. And it takes place sort of like in real time. Like we pick back up in real time. And basically it's about how like the publishing industry has changed so much and how like print media is on the way out. And Emily, former assistant of Miranda Priestley, is now like a big badass, a company that's supposed to be like LVMH sort of. And so she's like pitted against Miranda. And this is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a top 5 favorite movie of all time for me.
Yeah.
And you and I have my own personal feelings about Anne Hathaway sometimes, but I gotta say, I do love her in almost everything I've ever seen her in. She's amazing. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
So you threw this in our outline and I had known about it, and I originally read it as a reboot and I was fucking pissed. We don't need it. It's a perfect movie. Don't you fucking dare touch it. And then I was like, oh no, is this going to be like a Sex and the City 2? Because Sex and the City 1 was also an incredible movie, and Sex and the City 2, we pretend it never happened. It was so bad. But this, I like this. I'm into this. I mean, the original cast, and again, like how the times have changed, like I'm with it. I mean, Meryl Streep is 80?
It'll focus on the end of her career, which 76. Is really It's really interesting because Anna Wintour just retired, so it's like fascinating that this like end of her career movie is going to come out next year.
Anna Wintour retired after they put Lauren Sanchez on a digital cover, and I would too.
Do you think she retired because of that? She was like, I don't need this shit anymore. Or do you think she was like on her way out the door and Bezos was finally like, fuck yeah, finally I can pay them off to put my wife on the cover?
So
like,
it was obviously paid. Lauren Sanchez was on, not the real cover, right? Not the one you see in a newsstand, but they made like a digital cover for her, right? She's not like on Vogue, I don't think, like that you see in the airport. That's where I think of magazines. So, but they did a digital cover for her and they profiled so much of her and her fashion in the wedding. And it was, I mean, I would put money on that was all paid. They would never willingly choose her for Vogue. And so I'm wondering if Anna Wintour was like, I can't do this anymore. This magazine has become such a sellout and I'm out. I was already one foot out the door. Or is she fine with this? I mean, she kind of, brought in the Kardashians and people didn't like love that. Or do you think she was like, let's take the money and take this, bye?
I can't hypothesize. It just doesn't seem like something that she would like sign off on. Like, at least when Kim and Kanye were on the cover, like that was so of the moment. It was like a big deal. It was a black man on the cover of Vogue. Also, it was somebody they were on the cover after they had North, right? And they were with North, but I can't remember if they were married or not.
I don't remember, but they are fashionable. Like Kim and Kanye were fashion.
Fuck yeah.
People are going to disagree, but the Lauren Sanchez is not fashion. That whole wedding and all of her looks were the epitome of you can't buy taste.
Ashley, did you see the invitation? Ashley, no, listen, look this up right now. You need to look this up right now.
What?
It looks like a baby shower invitation from the Midwest. And no offense if you're from the Midwest, but it's not a Jeff Bezos level invitation.
What? No.
It has like little butterflies, little birds flying around it.
The Canva is this.
This invite was not fashion.
I'm picturing butterflies flying out of a box, like in Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
like that tacky invitation.
But like, this is just like a piece of paper. Like, yes, you just could have made it on like Canva.
Yikes. It's probably like who knows? Okay. So anyway, Devil Wears Prada, a sequel coming 2026. And while we're in the same vein of the timing, Sex and the City, I'm still not watching And Just Like That. I refuse. And I'm not tempted at all. But this headline came out that I didn't know anything about.
So this guy was profiled by the New York Times. His name is Ronald Galati, and he was running magazines at Condé Nast, and he dated Candace Bushnell, and he is the character that Big is based off of. And I never knew in the lore and history of Sex and the City that Big was really based off of anybody. I mean, we've heard so much about these writers' rooms and that like every guy on the show was sort of an amalgamation of a bunch of different people. But this is very specifically one person who dated Candace Bushnell and was sort of like fuckboying around with her, and then he called her and was basically like, I met somebody 3 weeks ago and you need to come get your stuff.
That happened to Candace Bushnell in real life?
In real life.
Okay. So to back up, the headline in the New York Times is Mr. Big is alive and well and married in Vermont. The real life inspiration for the famous toxic bachelor on Sex and the City left the Big Apple for the Green Mountain State. So real life Big turned into real life Aiden. He's like on a fucking farm. He drives tractors. He's learning how to become a volunteer fireman. Like he's living this Vermont life.
Raises chickens.
Yes, there's like animals involved. He's like hunting. So this profiles him. And I don't know. Again, I'm just a little brain dead off the trip. There was a lot of big words in the article, so I didn't read the whole thing. But I think the most fascinating thing is that there was like a real life inspiration for this. And I didn't realize that he fucked over Candace Bushnell. That's such crazy tea.
I know. So it's in here. I'll read you the line.
The line that stuck out to me was he helped bankroll a renovation of the nearby firehouse and took lessons to become a volunteer fireman, which that's cute. We love to see it.
Okay, well, I'm going to make him sound not cute.
Oh,
so
no.
He was dating Candace Bushnell. They weren't in like an extremely serious relationship, but they were in a relationship.
Situationship.
Yes, he was like fuckboying around. He had 2 marriages at this point. He met Candace, they start dating, and he meets this other girl at a party, and she stays with him at his house in Watermill. And Watermill's a town in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
And while she is staying at the real Big's house, he called Bushnell and told her to come clear her things out of the closet within 3 months. Lisa, the other girl, was living with him in the city, and by the end of the year, they had eloped. So this is like when he comes home and says like, I met Natasha.
Yeah.
We're getting married. So this was like real.
It's crazy. But that's the thing. Like when that stuff happens to you in your life, look at the art you get to create because of it. Oh my God, your hair looks so pretty.
Thank you. I'm being wavy today. She came out and said basically like with time passed that he's a good guy and like all is like forgiven and she's like 100 millionaire, so what does she care?
And we've had her on, you guys, if you didn't know. We had really? Last summer? I think probably 2023.
2 summers ago. Okay.
Yeah, because we were in the studio that flooded. So we had Candace Bushnell on a couple years ago, and it was amazing to talk to her. It was iconic.
It really was. It was, and she came to us from the Hamptons, I think, when we talked to her.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that's your Sex and the City update. And I just wanted to talk about The Bear because this is a lot of articles that come out about it. Season 4 has started and I'm watching it and I'm over halfway through season 4 and I love it so much. You guys know I'm obsessed with The Bear. That season 3 had a rocky start and I wasn't loving it, but I turned a corner on it and I love this season so much. Rayna, I'm like crying like almost every episode. Like
wow.
The acting, the editing, the storylines, like there's restaurant drama still, but not so much that it gives me anxiety. There's this whole story arc of Carmi realizing his mistakes. And like we were watching it last night and the actress who plays Sid, Ayo Edebiri, she had this crying monologue about her dad. He had had a heart attack. We were watching it. Like, this is some of the best acting I've ever seen in my life. This is the most realistic crying, and it's long. It's not just like a Sydney Sweeney Euphoria crying in the bathroom. Great acting moment, but like short. Like it was so long. I was starting to cry. We were like, she's going to win something for this. Like, I love it so much. I love the season so much. And people are like hating on it. Like the Vanity Fair article says The Bear season 4 serves up the same tired meal. Like, suck a dick, Vanity Fair. What do you want? It's so
I was wondering what you thought about this. Because everybody was like, not everybody, but I'm sure I get over. You look at one thing and then you tell a friend like this is getting shit on, and then you get served all the content where something's getting shit on. But it does seem like a cool thing to shit on the show.
Right.
And every season someone's doing this, and I wonder why, because it's the most harmless show. People love it. You never meet anybody that does not love the show and love Jeremy Allen White and Eben Mossbacher. And like,
yes,
it's weird that like, so these like big publications are like, we're going to get in there and shit on this thing that everybody loves. It's so embarrassing. Grow up.
I know. And it's just like, to me, and people can weigh in the comments if people who love The Bear as well and have been watching this whole time. Like, this season feels like all the best parts of it in one. Like, there was we were watching this last night, this episode at this wedding, and it's like an hour long. So it feels, because usually they're 30 minutes, it feels very much like the crazy Thanksgiving episode that was just so dark and so triggering to so many people. But it feels like a lighter take on that, like with a lot of the family dynamics, that I'm just like, this season is perfect to me. I love it so much. I wish you would watch it. Like, I know you don't really watch The Bear, but like this season, especially the restaurant, what we're seeing with the restaurant, I'm obsessed with.
I keep promising myself, I don't have anything else to watch.
Anyway, I just had to jump in because I just have to say how much I'm loving it. And I'm just sick of seeing these think pieces. I'm like, oh, that same tired. What do you want the show to be? It feels like if they strayed too far from what it is, they'd also be pissed. Like, you just can't please people. You're right. It's just like trendy to hate on The Bear.
Yep. Amen. Anyway, go off. All right, I'll let you guys know when I'm watching or reading anything. Oh, okay. I just have to say, We Were Liars. I have gotten like hundreds of messages about the finale of it, including like your family members. People are like, I was not ready for that shit. And I'm just glad that I am the one-woman machine getting people ready for the finale and how fucking crazy it is. And I was like so traumatized by it, but then I was like, let me read the next book in the series. So the next book in the series is the prequel to the first book. It's called Family of Liars, and I just finished it yesterday on the plane. I fucking loved it. So if you watched the show and you liked it, I would pick the book up. I thought it was a really great read. It's about the 3 mothers in the show. It's their childhood. So it was amazing. So I
gotta watch this.
You're not ready.
No, you said did we talk about this on the snack, or we've talked about it in person where you?
No, I've talked about it last week. That's why all our listeners are DMing me.
Okay.
They're like, sis, I wasn't ready for that. I'm like, well, You're welcome.
Can I tell you this book that really pissed me off? We have a little bit of time. So I found a book. I forgot. I finished The 5-Star Weekend by Ellen Hildebrand on the trip, like on the plane. So I didn't have a book with me the whole trip, and I wish that I did. And I found one in the Paris airport, like
in English.
In English, like UK books set in UK. So a really small section of the airport with English books. And I bought this book.
Wait, it said the UK. I don't want to keep interrupting you, but it said they were like, Americans, no books for you.
No, there wasn't like American. Well, there were all the American books translated in French. There was like Colleen Hoover and all that, but they were in French. So I was like, please God, let there be an English book in here. So I bought this book called Piglet by Lottie Hazel. Rayna, this book, I don't think a book's ever pissed me off this much. So I want to start by saying I love the writing. I love the storyline. It's really, there's a lot of dynamics about this woman and kind of being embarrassed. It's a coming of age story. This woman kind of being embarrassed about her childhood. Her relationship with food is a huge part of it. She's a cook, but she also has like disordered eating, like whatever. There's a lot going on. Basically, she's engaged. She kind of grew up. She didn't grow up with any money or any status. And she gets engaged to this guy who has like a rich family, whatever. And I guess you guys can, if you really want to read this book, then there's spoilers ahead, sorta. So 13 days before their wedding, he tells her she's so in love with him. She can't wait to start a life with him, and start this rebrand in her whole life. They just bought a house together in Oxford, this big fancy house. They had all their friends over and whatever. 13 days before the wedding, he tells her something earth-shattering, something that he wakes her up in the middle of the night and tells her something that like completely shatters her soul. She can't believe it. And she decides to go through with the wedding anyway. And the next 13 days are like crazy. It's just tearing her apart. She kind of slowly tells people in her life and they react in different ways. Her best friend is like, I can't come to your wedding. I can't watch you do this.
Wait, this sounds amazing.
Rayna, they never say what it is.
What are you saying to me? Do you finish this book?
Finish the fucking book. Waiting.
What are you saying to me?
Rayna, I finished the book in that customs line. I was being that bitch reading and walking through the line because I couldn't stop. I read it all on the plane. I finished this book on the flight from Paris to LAX because I was like, what is it?
I feel like I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. This is jail. This is author jail. How could you do it? So basically like the scene is that he wakes her up and he tells her something, but you don't know what it is. And you're like the whole book, they're kind of like leading you up to like what it is. And then they never tell you.
They never tell you. And
this is why I can't watch Unsolved Mysteries. Because that's bullshit.
I had a feeling she wasn't going to fucking tell us. And here's what I think, by the way. You should read this book. And if you guys have read the book, then you know. I don't think she had a thing because I could not fathom a world. I thought of cheating, him being gay, him actually not having money. Nothing actually matched her friends and family's reactions and certain language. Like none of those things went with how her best friend reacted, how her dad reacted, and how he reacted to the wedding. She basically outs him at the wedding. She grabs the mic and tells everybody. I truly think the author just did this as like clickbait page turner. And this isn't an offense to her because the book is beautifully written and like I like a lot of the themes of it. But there was nothing that it could be. I don't think she ever had anything in mind. Like I don't think the author knows herself.
This is really, I'm really mad. I'm really mad that you had to read this whole unsolved mystery and you never got to figure out what it was. Fuck that book.
I couldn't believe it. My fiance picked me up. I got in the car and was like, I'm fucking pissed. He's all excited to see me. I'm like, you don't know what I just went through.
Also, it's even worse that the book was like written well because you're like, you trusted her.
Yes. And so anyway, I was just like, can you imagine us doing this? Can you imagine like us, I don't know, maybe one Monday we're like, guys, something insane has happened. Something has just ripped us apart. And then for, I don't know, the next 4 Mondays, we talk about it and the way it's impacted our life. And then we just never tell you what it is.
No, I love nothing more than tea. I love nothing more than here. I don't think I can get into it, but there's some friends, I can't get into it. I need to know what's going on behind the scenes with these people. And I see them posting stuff online about each other. And I'm just like, if I don't get the story, I'm going to die. I'm going to burst inside. And I can't not have an ending.
I know. So anyway, this book, I don't know if I can recommend it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, you can read it, but know that you're not going to find out what happened. And it just felt lazy to me. It just felt like it felt like a disservice to the reader.
Well, what's the difference? Like, why not?
Because she didn't have a thing.
No.
Because it wouldn't have been a thing.
I'm saying, why not add 3 pages and just explain what the thing was? Like, she was like, we're done here.
But because I don't think she could have come up with something. There's nothing that what could it have been? What could it have been? It wouldn't have been cheating. People get past that. It wouldn't have been that he's gay. She wouldn't have married. Like, it wouldn't have been that he had no money.
He had a secret kid.
People get past that stuff. Like, the way that they treat the book, the way that her best friend says, I can't watch you do this.
Murder. He had to have murdered somebody.
No, because then she tells her dad, and her dad is like, things kind of happen. And, I'm telling you, there's nothing in the world that could have like aligned with everybody's reactions and the language surrounding it.
Right. Okay.
All right, we got to move on. I'm getting all fired up.
All right, well, let's take our partners.
Helix. Oh my gosh. I slept in a twin bed for a week. So I could not wait to get home to my bed.
I miss my bed so much.
I bet you do. Like, Rayna, that first sleep, I mean, I've just been sleeping so hard since we got back.
Oh, I can't hear about this. Keep it to yourself.
I love my Helix so much. I have the Midnight Luxe. I have a Moonlight Luxe in my guest bedroom. I think I have a Midnight Luxe twin bed up in the loft. Rayna has multiple Helix mattresses in her home as well. And we are just so obsessed. You're going to improve your sleep. If you track your sleep with an Apple Watch or an Oura Ring, you will notice it there too. And it's just such an upgrade. If you have a specific sleep issue, your Helix mattress can help you address it. If you sleep hot, they got you covered on that too. And you are just going to go online, take their quiz. They're going to match you with the mattress. It's going to give you the best sleep of your life. I mean, we cannot recommend this enough. This is one of those things that people do message us from time to time and say, do you really love your Helix mattress? It's such a big thing to buy a new mattress. And, it's something that is part of your everyday, every night life. And yes, we're obsessed. I will never not sleep in a Helix mattress in my life. We are just really so obsessed with it. And they have big and tall mattresses, and they have mattresses for kids, and they have their standard mattresses, and then the Elite, and then the Luxe collection as well. We're obsessed with the pillows. I notice pillows more than anything else, and we just love their pillows so much. So we have a deal for you guys. You can go to helixsleep.com/GGE for 27% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/GGE for 27% off site-wide. Make sure you enter our show name after checkout so they know we sent you. helixsleep.com/GGE.
Okay, and this is an ad by BetterHelp. So let's focus on the workplace today. Workplace stress is now one of the top causes of declining mental health, and 61% of the global workforce is currently experiencing higher than normal levels of stress. So to battle stress, most of us can't just quit our jobs and wake up out of work. And it's important to start on small little wellness things like eating things that make your body feel good and being out in the sun and just taking a walk and taking a little break. But obviously those things are short-term solutions, and therapy can help navigate whatever challenges the workplace day-to-day might bring for you. And it's a great long-term solution for managing stress. And therapy is fantastic whether you want to manage boundaries, your goals, you want to empower yourself to be a better version for yourself, or all the way through obviously experiencing major trauma and wanting to deal with that. And with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. It's convenient too. You can join a session with a therapist at the click of a button, helping you fit therapy into your busy life. Plus, switch therapists at any time. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Unwind from work with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/GGE. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GGE.
Okay, so we will leave you with some headlines.
So Lululemon is suing Costco for allegedly selling dupes. And I find this really interesting because, listen, I like a dupe. And I follow these dupe accounts online, and some of the number one things to dupe are aloe and Lululemon, because you see these leggings that are $100+ Yeah, and I mean, people can't afford it. So I understand there's dupes, but I always said to myself, how is it possible they can make these dupes, and how hard is it to enforce it? So I did just Google a little bit, like, how is Amazon allowed to do this? And it only becomes illegal if there's trademark infringement. So if you've like patented it, if they can prove it's counterfeited, if you've trademarked the actual design, but it's very hard to do. It's very hard to say this is an exact design that you stole because there's parallel thought. Lots of leggings look exactly the same. Things like that, workout stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to enforce because there's a million loopholes. So like I bought this. There's this aloe dress that I really love. I found it on Amazon for a 10th of the price. And I bought it, but it comes in colors that aloe doesn't sell. So like, that's probably the loophole, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's Lululemon, like there's notoriously so many like Align dupes, which all I wear is the Lululemon Align legging. Like I pay for them. That's all I wear. It's the only leggings I own, you know? So this, I think it was more of some of their like scuba type gear, like some of the, not scuba gear to go scuba diving, but like that type of material.
Yes.
But it says, cause I don't know, I don't like, I like quality stuff, you know, like I don't do Amazon clothes, you know, I want to have it be like the top quality stuff, but I also get it. Like I also get it. People are price sensitive and you want to get something that I understand it completely. But Lululemon claimed that they believe that the Kirkland branded dupes were made by the same manufacturers. So they think they like went to the manufacturers and duped it. But listen, I love Lululemon, but I love Costco more. And I feel like I can't like tolerate any Costco slander. Like, you know, Costco is it. They are like vocal about their politics. They rejected all of those anti-DEI measures. Like they're notoriously really progressive. They've never raised the price of their $1.50 hot dog. Like people were like trading in, like saying like, I'll never go to Target again. I'm going to go to Costco. Like I'm just kind of like a Costco stan. I don't even have a membership, but just as a brand. And so I hate to hear this, that they would do this.
Well, it's just like, how much does this really happen? I think you could run the tape and it probably happens a lot. And how much does putting a Lululemon tag inside of something raise the price 10x? And
that's also true. That's also true. Like Costco is like, you guys are getting scammed. Like this shit costs $7 to make and we're going to sell this for $20 while Lululemon is out here. And that's the thing too. Like I don't need to pay for a label. I just want the quality. But if you told me it's the exact fucking same, I don't need the Lululemon logo on it.
No, but like, I saw this dress online. I took a photo of it and I couldn't remember who made it. So I Google image searched this dress and I found it from the brand that I like. And it was a $220 dress. And I also found the exact same photo, the exact same dress on Amazon for $22. The same model was wearing it in the photo. It is the exact same item, no difference. It just has a different tag on the inside. And so like, you have to ask yourself sometimes, like, how much does perception change the value of something to me? And I don't want to support these, like, I don't want to support fast fashion. I don't want to support something that is a 10th of the price when a small business owner could be being supported. I don't want to do those things.
Right.
But it is pretty crazy to see that, like, yes, you saw a different label on the exact same thing and it's a totally different product.
Right. Like I'd look at the materials. I'd like, is this the exact same or is this like a poly blend version of something that the original one looks and feels nicer and is higher quality? I mean, I bought a bag in Greece. It's like a mini Kelly bag. Like it's nice. It's real leather. It was $70. Like it's like a Hermes dupe.
Yeah, it's great.
I didn't buy it to look like Hermes. I don't like you and I don't like Hermes. I just thought it was so cute. And like, cute. I'm not buying it for someone to think it's Hermes. I just thought it was like so adorable.
It is adorable.
I'm like, how much is it's exactly looks just trying to look like that?
Yes, it's very cute. And obviously like you would have paid at 100 times.
Well, I wouldn't
200 times.
Wouldn't have done it. Okay. TikTok is developing a new app. Is there really any news here or just that they now have to make a US version?
They have to do a US version. Now they're saying, it's just like, Donald Trump started this, and now he's going to act like he saved it. Now they're going to have to develop an app. They're going to launch the new app on September 5th.
September. Okay. All right. So is it going to look and feel the same? Is it exact same? The existing app will stop working March of next year. You know, people are going to wait till the last minute. Some people like the Real ID. They're going to be there the day before the deadline.
Who even knows if anybody's going to need this? They're going to have to use it. Who's to say?
Okay. And lastly, Summer House, new cast. New cast members.
So Paige DeSorbo is off the show. It's like big shoes to fill. And obviously between her and Lexi, they were the entire show last season. There was really not a lot of their storylines. So they replaced them with 4 people. One of them is a Australian guy. He was formerly on The Bachelor. He's allegedly friends with Kyle and Amanda. They have a guy coming on I think he's friends with West. And then these 2 like kind of just girlies about town.
Okay.
That's it. They started filming last week. July 4th weekend, they started filming it. I mean, I've been like such a stan of that show.
Oh, right. They're filming it. Yeah.
Since before Paige and Hannah were on it. I've always liked the show. It's just like, yeah, it's New Yorkers. I like it. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I don't know. I may or may not. We'll see. Oh, there she is, guys. We're at the end. Rayna took a sip of wine.
I took a sip while you were doing the Helix ad read.
Oh, you did? Okay, good for you. She's starting drinking. Okay, guys, well, that's your snack. And of course, girlsgottaeat.com, Girls Gotta Eat podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess, also ashhess.com. If you guys want to come see me on tour, I'm in DC this weekend. Rayna is Rayna.Greenberg on Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube, share this episode with a friend, and we will see you Monday.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.